So let's go ahead and launch some instances. So we're going to launch Amazon X2 and we're going to launch two of them. So two T2 micro, we'll configure instance details. We say we want two instances. Okay, perfect. And then I will go on add storage, add tags, configure security group. I will use my launch wizard one, review and launch, and here we go. So what I want to show you is that from these instances, we're going to get these two. And under networking, if we scroll down, we're going to look at the network interfaces. So each of these instances is going to have one network interface, and we have an interface ID. So there's an ENI and an ID right here. And each interface contains a public IPv4, a private IPv4, and a private IPv4 DNS. So as we can see, if we go on the left-hand side, so on the two instances, we're going to have two different network interfaces. And if you go on the left-hand side, under network and security, we're also going to have the network interfaces. So here we can find the two ENIs. One of each is going to be attached to our EC2 instances, and we can know it by going to the right-hand side, and the status is in use, and we can see that they are linked to different instance IDs, okay? The one thing we can do is that we can create a new network interface. So in this instance, we can give it a description, so demo ENI. We can have to select a subnet for our ENI to be in, so it is linked to a specific AZ, and I will choose the AZ my EC2 instances are in, so US East 2A. So let's choose, oops, not this one, this one. Then we want to auto-assign a private IPv4, but we could also customize and say which IPv4 we want within the subnets, but we'll use auto-assign. And then we can attach a security group to our ENI. So here we go. And then create this network interface. So now we have created a new network interface, and it is right here, the demo ENI, and it is available. So as we can see right now, we have created basically a secondary private IPv4. And what we can do is that we can attach this to our instance. So we can do action, attach, and choose an instance to attach it to. So I'll choose this one and attach it. And now if we go to our instance and refresh, oops, let's go back to our instances and refresh. So we'll go into networking and scroll down. So this one, I got lucky. This one has two network interfaces, and one of them was the primary one, which gives us a public IPv4 and a private IPv4. And this demo ENI gives us a secondary private IPv4. So why would we do this? Well, this ENI we have control over. So we could take it and we could actually move it from one EC2 instance to another. Imagining that the two EC2 instances are running the same application and we want to access them using the private IPv4, then we can move the ENI over. And the reason for doing so is that we can do a very quick and easy network failover between the two instances by moving an ENI, because we can attach an IPv4 from one instance to another. So let's do a demo of that. So I'm going to take this ENI, I'm going to detach it. Yes, detach. And then once it's going to be detached, in a few seconds, we can reattach it to the other instance. And to do so, by the way, maybe it's going to be an issue to detach it like this. So what I can do is just click on it and do action detach with a force detach. So here we go. Okay, so beyond, after refresh, all the error messages are gone. We can do action, attach, and then we can choose the other instance to attach it to. So let's make sure, yes, that's the other one. So I'm going to attach it to the other instance. And now it's being attached. And so as we can see now, if I refresh this, from two network interfaces, there's going to be only one. And the other instance now has two network interfaces. And this demo ENI has moved to my other instance. So we can see how we could do some failover between the instances with the ENI, which I think is really, really cool. But it is advanced, okay? And that's something you have to practice on your own. Okay, so finally, if we go ahead and terminate these instances, so let's terminate them and see what happens. So they're shutting down. And now from the ENIs, what do you think is going to happen? So we have three ENIs right now. Two were created alongside my EC2 instances, and one was created manually. Well, maybe you guessed right. So what's going to happen is that my ENI that was created manually is going to stay, whereas the two ENIs that were created alongside the instances are going to be automatically deleted. So by creating your own ENIs, you have more control over your private IPv4s and more control over your networking. And that could be helpful in some type of advanced use cases. So as you can see, one ENI is gone and the other one should be gone very soon. So that's it for this hands-on. You can leave the ENI on if you want, or you can delete it. It will not cost you any money. So that's it for this hands-on. I hope you liked it, and I will see you in the next lecture.